Hey guys, hello and welcome to another Michael's driving in his car rant. The first one I didn't really know was going to happen. This one, at least I'm aware it's going to be a thing. So, this one is, I might not even ever release this or put this up or anything, because it's things that I really can't say, mainly because I am a white, Caucasian, okay, that was redundant, heterosexual male from the middle class of a first world country named Canada. It's shitty to say, but I'm living life on easy mode, and it is great. And I realize that in some ways, there are people that would suggest that my accomplishments are less than those of someone who doesn't grow up with the same privilege of me, which it sounds shitty, but I kind of agree with that. But it's been a great motivating tool, because of the realization that, as a white middle-class Caucasian male heterosexual in Canada, God, if I don't follow my dreams as an actor and a stand-up comic, then I may as well kill myself. I may as well kill myself immediately. Or just go live in a trailer park along with all the other less privileged white people. This got dark. Okay, so like I said, this might never get released. But anyway, so things I shouldn't talk about because I'm a heterosexual. The word faggot. The word fucking faggot. Which I realize, there are few words that still exist right now that have more vitriol and hatred. Because of this, it's also one of the few that are still shocking. And I have to say, I kind of like that. I know it makes me a worse person, but I like the shock value. But anyway, the word faggot, which even though I have had that said to me occasionally, mainly in clubs when I was hitting on someone's girl,
Hey, you hitting on my girl? What are you, some kind of fucking faggot?
Oh yeah. I just can't wait to take her home to my place and talk to her about her clothing choices. Yup. Okay, anyway, I've never sucked a dick. I should, because, don't knock it till you try it, in the words of the Ali G show. But I haven't, so I can't use that word. But I'm also so fascinated by it. Like, aside from N-bombs, which I can't talk about either, again with the privilege thing, it's one of the few words in our culture that still has so much punch behind it. Why? Where is this word fucking coming from? Well, let's look at that. So, most of us know that faggot in Britain means a cigarette, hey, toss me a fag, mate. And the reason of most, I think a lot of people know that the reason for that is because before it was a cigarette or a gay dude, it was wood. It was firewood. It was a pile of firewood. A faggot was a pile of sticks, because sticks were firewood. And you're like, okay, great. How did we get to a gay male from a pile of sticks? Really? Like, is there a linkage here? Well, there is, and thanks to a conversation with my uncle, who grew up in rural southern Ontario after immigrating from Scotland, I found out what that linkage is, and it's fascinating. Where it came from is that before it was used for gay people, it was used for elderly women, as in a faggot is like a pile of bones. So an old woman, you're saying, oh, you're nothing but like a bag of bones wrapped in some skin, the old, oh, you bag of bones thing. And another way to say bag of bones was pile of sticks, or faggot. And actually, he had an interesting experience where his one rural friend in his one-room schoolhouse in rural Ontario called their teacher, who was a woman, a faggot. And everyone, all the urban kids, did they have urban kids? I don't know. All the other kids in the class were like, she's a woman, she doesn't like men. Well, actually, she does, but, you get it. They thought he was totally off. But before it meant gay person, it meant old woman. It meant you pile of bones, you pile of sticks, you old woman, you faggot. Fascinating. Now, how did we get from old woman to gay people? Well, here's the thing. When you stereotype old women, what comes across is, number one, they're women, number two, they're old. What does that mean? Vulnerable, effeminate, which is gender binary, so I'm going to try to not use the word effeminate too much, but basically like vulnerable, sensitive, weak, it's basically vulnerability. So somehow the word faggot went from you pile of bones, aka elderly lady, to you homosexual, because it's calling them vulnerable, because vulnerability was seen as womanly and as old lady-like and also as gay person-like. Now here's the thing that a lot of broy dudes don't get, and I only just started getting recently when being in a serious relationship made me open myself up to a girl, which was not easy for me because I have been raised in a gender binary where men, shouldn't be that vulnerable. Opening up my vulnerabilities to this fantastic bitch was, and I mean that, once again, I'm trying to not be vulnerable, so I use the word bitch to belittle my emotions, but she really is great. Lane change! Hopshala. She really is great. Opening myself up to her was really challenging for me. And, and when I did, I'm just trying to get the lighting right on, this is challenging. When I did, I found it very, very challenging to open up without having something as a sort of a crutch to belittle my emotions and just sort of call myself out. And I found myself calling my emotions for her my faggot side. My faggot side, because it's the side of me that is weak and sensitive and what people in a gender binary situation call effeminate. It's my vulnerabilities. I strongly believe that our vulnerabilities are the most beautiful parts of us, the parts that make us who we are, the parts that make us human, the parts that we learn about when we get in a deep relationship, the parts where we grow, the parts where you need someone like your partner. And that every male or female, heterosexual or otherwise, has these beautiful, sensitive vulnerabilities. This is the most beautiful part of who we are. And I think the word faggot represents one of the greatest tragedies of our age, which is that, the whole gender binary system took the side of us that is the most beautiful and said, no, man, you shouldn't have that. You should push that down. Women, you can have that so that we can call you weak and take advantage of you. And gay men, we'll call you old ladies because we think you embody that feminine vulnerability. That, to me, is one of the greatest tragedies of gender binary society. And it's become this horrifying thing of vitriol and hatred against gay people because people didn't understand them because they thought they were a lot more different than just, a human who likes members of the same quote-unquote gender, which again is gender binary. It's so hard to talk without gender binary in this gender binary place that we live in. But you get the idea. And, so whenever people that aren't my very tolerant girlfriend who really understands me, hear me call my emotions and my sensitivities and vulnerabilities, basically the most beautiful side of who I am, call them my faggot side, they get all offended and they're like, Mike, you're a privileged, white, middle-class, heterosexual male, you can't say the word faggot. Yeah, alright, for now that's true. But I think that someday the word will be taken back. The sting will be removed from it. And yeah, it's up to, I guess, non-heterosexual people. Faggot generally refers to heterosexual, to gay males, because again, they're the ones who are supposed to embody vulnerabilities, because men aren't supposed to have that. Someday that word, the sting will be removed. It will be taken back, and part of it is going to come from, from gay males, because they're the ones who have had to deal with the hatred of this word, so it's really their word to take back, I can't go dropping N-bombs. But I think part of it will also come from all heterosexual men, and otherwise, recognizing that, that we all have this beautiful side to us that is our vulnerabilities, our passions, the things that we care about so much that it makes us cute and nerdy, the people that we care about so much that it makes us fucking dependent on them and unable to function the way we want to without them. Basically being in love with humans or other things like your cat, that we all have this beautiful, beautiful side to us, and that is what the word faggot is calling out. That is what the word faggot is belittling and trying to tie negatively to gay people, and that's obviously wrong. I think we've gotten that from this, but that the word faggot will be taken back when all men, heterosexual and otherwise, embrace their faggot side and embrace the fact that we're all just people, and our vulnerabilities are the parts of us that make us more than just a two-dimensional character of a bro. When we all get there, the word faggot will no longer have a sting. So guys, that's my rant on the word faggot, which, again, even if you hate that word, it is definitely fascinating. Yeah, fuck, I'm all out. Oh, funny story about gay people and being effeminate. There are too many bits already that exist by various straight comedians talking about how manly it is to be gay. I'd like to hear a gay comedian do one, unless that has happened already, but it probably has. But anyway, there are a lot of them. But I have this one friend who shall remain unnamed just in case. But you know, my other Caucasian, slightly effeminate heterosexual friend and I were at the bar with him, and at one point he just like he gets up to go to the bathroom. He gets back. We're like, hey dude, like you took like 10 minutes. What happened? And this gay guy is just like, well, you know, I was walking back from the bathroom, right? And then this guy at the bar was just like giving me the eye, and I was like, what? So I gave him the eye. Then, you know, we sort of stared each other down for a bit. And then I was like, well, you want to take a shot or something? Bet I can take a shot faster than you. The other guy was like, yeah, I bet you can't. So then we had to like take a shot together. And then, you know, we took a shot and we were both like, all right, you took that shot. And then we were cool, so we had to take another one to show that we were cool. And my other heterosexual, slightly effeminate Caucasian friend and I were sitting there like, this gay dude is manlier than both of us will ever be in our lives if we both, you know, fucking take up hunting and canoeing at the same time and grow our facial hair. Like, what the shit? So manly. Oh, God. In that moment I realized maybe I should try sucking a dick, because he really turned me on with his rugged manliness. Okay guys, this has been another Mikey Mike rant. Again, no idea if I post this. If I do get drunk one night and put it on the internet, then thanks for listening. Don't hate me. What else have we got? Shit! Have a good day, folks! Woo! Driving with your cell phone filming you! Hashtag bad idea. Although, that being said, if I did get into a car crash because of this, at least it would be caught on tape. Which, you know, would be horrible and I'd probably die, but at least the internet would love my death. Alright guys, word.